Okay. Yeah. So
But
I was
it's
talking
blurry
about,
now.
you said?
It's kind of blurry at my end. Okay, it's clear now.
All right. All right. All right. So what I was talking about is that the video editing apps, the best for them is just you go for premium version. The premium version is you pay someone. Okay, if you have the money yourself, you can subscribe. Let me just show us this. If you have the money yourself, you can subscribe. Okay, I've already subscribed, so it's not showing at my end. If you have the money yourself, you can subscribe. Like what I did is, since I don't really have access to that access to subscribe directly from them, I didn't pay directly. I paid someone who had to share the subscription with me, and that is just what works best. If you can afford this one, where you get to pay someone who is a vendor, and he gets to share the subscription with you. He shares with different persons, and that's just the best. But if you can go on your own to bear the burden of the cost, then there's no need paying someone to subscribe for you. Whereas for the the mode app, it has its limitations that I said. My advice would be that if you have the money to subscribe, even though it seems like you're not a video editor, but for best results, for a good quality result, go for the premium version, pay the money and have the peace. But if it is for some reasons, maybe you don't feel like you can still use the mode apps, the mode APK, and they just work fine according to what you are doing and according to the results you want to get. You just get that. So it's not really a big deal. It's just about you knowing what you want and going for what you want. That is that. Now we're going into CapCut, like I said. If you get to subscribe and you've added your login, your password, and everything, you'd have this opening up to you. If it is still a new one, then there will be no videos showing up. But since mine is a good one, videos I watch for people, my subscription, everything still remain intact, and I have no problem with that. But if it is a new one, it has a cleared up interface, like nothing like project being there to appear. But since you don't have a project, if you're still opening it up for the first time, you'd have to click the new project. And if you look at this below the new project, we have auto cut, we have retouch, we have auto enhance, we have auto caption. These are just shortcuts to what CapCut can do, and CapCut can do beyond these shortcuts that we are seeing here. There is more that CapCut can do beyond what we are seeing. And you can access these things only if you go through the new project. And it would have been possible that when we get to open up CapCut, that we just go into the interface directly, that is into the timeline directly, but we get to choose a clip, and that clip would be what we'll be using to learn what we want to learn and see how it works. I don't know which of the clips I'll be using here, but I will try as much as I can to use any one I can to sort this out. This was a clip I made. Now, if you get it right, we talked about that we're going to be doing talking head videos. This was one of the clips I made during the testimony I was giving for one of the communities I am a member, and I had to do this video many times before I got the result I wanted. I checked, and what I did that day was 77 videos I had to shoot in order to get the one I wanted. I had to do that to that extent, reason being that it was a video that is not edited that was needed, and I just get to record. If it was to be a video that I would edit, I don't I don't see a reason why I would just have to make a video more than 5 times. 5 times is enough to get what I needed. I will edit, do my cut, add everything. But since it was needed for that purpose that we shouldn't edit, I just had to go through this many times and I got the result finally. So I'm using one of these clips for what we're talking about. Possibly we'll be using, let's say, uh, let's say we're using this one. Let's say we're using this one. Now, if you want to select your clip, we have here, like what I talked about earlier, I talked about us having to organize our clips. Now you see that every clip here is organized according to different folders. Every clip here is organized according to different folders. But these folders are not what we are working with. If I am to work for a project, I would have to put them into a different folder other than this one to make it easier for me to access. So I don't get to scroll all pictures and all videos and everything. No. I don't need to scroll them all. I just have to find specific folder where all these things will be saved and easy to access. This library is already designed templates where you can get any kind of templates, background, intros you need for your project. But I would say sometimes they don't really look nice. Sometimes they also look nice. Sometimes they work well. But as we go on, we'll get to find clips and footages that resonate with what we do. And this really serves us right. But for this purpose, I'll just stick with this. Okay, I'll go with another video. Not really that talking heads video. I'll go with another video. Let's say, let me find one of these clips. I'll go with another video. Which one would serve right? I'll just get one. Okay, let's say you're using this one. Now when you get to select a video, when you get to see a video, the video now previews itself. It is now in your place either you want to cut that video or you don't want to cut the video. The video gets to preview itself. We have the option here to cut the video if we want to cut. That is, if you want to crop. But if it is not possible to crop, then no, it is possible to crop. If you don't really want to crop, you just leave it and add it to your timeline. Remember, your timeline is where everything you want to do is done. Your tools, your clip, your preview, everything, they are displayed there. So you just add, and I click the add button, and it adds to my timeline. How many videos do I have here? Seems like I have, okay, I just have one video here. Thank God. Now, this is a timeline. The major thing we're going to be talking about today. In this timeline, we have at the top right, located there is the export button. Behind that, beside that, we have this setting that helps us to have a good looking video. Now, if you look at the AI Ultra HD, that is for pro version, if you're using the premium version, it makes your video clearer and smooth with AI enhancement and frame interpolation. That is to say, the example is any video you get, every movement that is involved in that video is smooth and there is no obstruction. We have an example here. If this is going to show, let's also hope it shows. Now you see, if you can watch this very careful, you see that the before is blur and not smooth, but the after is clear and smooth. That is what the AI Ultra HD enhancer does. And for this resolution, we have resolution here. I wish we'll get it right. Now, resolution, it has to do with the quality of the video. It affects how your video appears. We should know that it is typically better to export and import videos using the same resolution if the original video was captured in low resolution but was exported at a high resolution, you may not, sorry, it's typically better to export and import videos using same resolution. If the original video was captured in low resolution but was exported on a higher resolution, you may not notice a difference in definition. Now, this means that this resolution, it means how your video appears, how your clip appears. If possibly you get to export a video that is of low quality, and let's say it was the resolution appeared to be 480p. Now, if it appears to be that 480p and you export it with 720p, the resolution depreciates. And I'll tell you that the best quality to use in exporting your video is 1080p. That is 108p. It is just best for your quality. But if you want a high standard quality for your video, you can use the 2K and the 4K video and video resolution quality, and that really works well. Without going further, if you really want a good frame rate, that is, you want a frame rate can be described as the fastness or the slowness. It's not about slow motion, but there was this time I tried to record a video, and the video I was recording, the frame rate was high, so it affected the sound. I didn't notice it was while I was editing, and I just did my best to reduce it, but it really affected it. But those who don't notice wouldn't notice that the frame rate was high or the frame rate was low. But to do this very well, the best frame rate to use while editing your videos is 30 frames per second. That is FPS, sorry, 30 frames per second. That's the frame rate you're supposed to use. The resolution is 1080p. That's the best for you. Now, this optical flow, it is something that it makes, if there is a means by which a video is lagging, a video itself is lagging, that is hanging, the optical flow makes it easy that there is no lagging in that video. It does not hang. That is what it helps you do. And we have this example here for that. If we look at the before, we will see that there are obstructions going on. When we look at the after, we see that it is very smooth. It is very smooth. And to do this, you only have to get that smooth movement, you have to turn it on. If you turn it off, it is going to lag. The lag I mean is that it's going to be slow. But if you turn it on, it's going to be smooth while you work with that. Now we're going to talk about this code rate. This code rate. But for this code rate, we'll talk about it when we're talking about a talking head video, a short film, and which of them again. Anytime we're talking about this one, we're going to be talking about this code rate. I'll try as much as I can to remember, because it is from the place we are recording that we'll get to see and understand this code rate very well than just explaining it here. Now, this watermark is used if you're not using a paid version, you have watermark. You just see KineMaster putting the logo for you at the top of your, let me turn this one on, at the top of your, like it is here, CapCut putting the logo for you if you have not paid. But if you've paid, it won't be appearing. That is the watermark. That's done. Now, go into this place. We have in this timeline. Now, if you really want to add a photo into your timeline, at first instance, if you don't have a photo already, let's say, let's go back, we don't have a photo, sorry, we don't have a video already. What happens is that we go to new project, and let's say we're using this
We've
one
been
for
struggling.
we add it to the timeline. When you add it to the timeline, it is already there. It is now your A roll. Now we'll come back to this one. I don't want to go deep into this, talking about A roll and B roll. In our next class, we'll be talking about this A roll and B roll. But I just want to run through this timeline. Now, when you come down here, we have this, which is the edit. This one. We have the edit. And this edit is where you get to find your split. Now your split, how to cut, how the edit works. If you want to, okay, for this image, let's say you want to add another video to this one. You want to add another video to this one, you get to click this plus icon here at the right. Click the plus icon and you can add another video. Let's say possibly you want to add this one. You can add another video and it is added already using the plus icon. If you want to edit, now we have these buttons. So we have the edit, we have audio, we have text, we have overlay, we have effect, we have caption, we have aspect ratio, we have filter, we have adjust, we have media, we have sticker, we have background. These things, they have their tools. They are the tools we can use to edit. But before we go into the tools, if you notice while I'm scrolling this video, you'll see that there is a stroke at the middle of my timeline where the clip I added is located. Now that straight line is called a playhead. Now this playhead, what it does, this single line that is on my timeline, what it does, it helps you to locate where you want to make a cut, where you want to make adjustment, where you want to edit, where you want to add effect, where you want to add transition. That is what it works. And if you come looking up to the clip itself where I am talking, we'll see a play icon there. That is, if you want to, if you're working on a video and you want to play it,
We
you
come
go
with
play.
how it.
If you want to pause, it is still there. Going to the right side of it, you see an icon connected like a link which says on. Now this on, what it does is that it connects videos together. Whatever thing you want to do, the link, it is called a link. It connects different videos together, making it easier for you to edit and do what you want to do. And to that right side of it, we have this do and undo button. These two buttons that are not facing each other, one facing the right and the other one facing the left. The one facing the right, the link button is undo. Maybe if you've made a mistake, possibly I deleted this video and I really want to bring it back, I'll just say undo and it comes back. But if I want to redo, I'll get to click the one facing my right hand and it takes it off. That is, we have the do, the undo, and the redo button. That is that for that. Coming to the edit. Now, edit is like some persons who don't have experience about how to edit videos and the rest of them for the first time. Now, in a place where you make a mistake, possibly, let's take this for instance.
We've been struggling with your skill or the business of skill.
Okay, let's say I want to stop here and I don't want this first part of the clip to show to come along with what I'm talking about. What I have to do is I have to come to this place. I go to edit and I use the split button. And once I click on the split button, it divides this into two. So I can easily click on the one I don't like and I delete that because I don't want that. But if I still need that, then I have to undo. and I leave it together. That is for the split. And to the edit, we have speed. Now, on the last class, I talked about speed and speed ramp, but we are not going to dive deep into this one today. We are going to have a separate class for that about speed, but I just want to make something clear to us here, which is how to add speed. Now, this speed is how you increase the fastness or how slow your video should be. Sometimes you just see fast videos or slow motion videos showing. It is based on this edit that is done, which is on the speed icon. When you go to your edit, you have the speed, and this is where you increase. Let's say this one is normal. You want to increase how fast it should be. You should take it. If I take this video to ×2, let's say ×2, you see how fast it has done. But if I raise it to 0.1, you see it depends on what you want.
Skill migrant solution.
How slow you want it to appear and how fast you want it to appear. That's how you use your speed. Now we have here curve. Now this is why I told us that premium version is the best, because if you come to this curve, you can only access this curve if you have a premium version. But if you don't have a premium version, you can't access the curve. And this is where you get to do your different kinds of adjustments. Now we have custom. Now this one, the way you want it to
struggling with your
but
skill.
I don't
All
want
the
that.
business.
I just want us to use
Been struggling with your skill.
more
All
montage. Now this montage is, you can see
been struggling with.
if I take this
Been
place off,
struggling with your skill.
it will be slow. But if I bring this place to be faster, if I take it down,
Been struggling with.
it's going to be slow. That is, I get to do it the way I want to do it, how fast I want it to appear, how slow I want it to appear. I just get to adjust it myself here. And if I want it to be fast enough, then I'm going to
Been
take it.
struggling with your skill.
But that's why we have it already fixed up and mixed up here. We have the montage, how you want it to be, you do it there. We have the hero, if you want the hero,
Been struggling.
it still depends on you. Now, when it flows in from here, it is not
Been struggling
too
with your
fast.
skill.
But if it gets
All
to
the
this top, it gets faster. If it gets here, it gets faster. But when it is coming down, then it comes to the slow. That is what we're going to be learning when we are into speed ramp. And I told us something about speed ramp. When we get to go into speed ramp, we get to apply these things: the velocity, the jump cuts, the flash in, the flash out, the bullets, and we're going to fix these things. And the velocity is what we're going to use when we dive deep into this video the more. But that's notwithstanding, the next one we have after the speed, still talking about edit, the next one we have after the speed is the animation. Now, animation is one of the things that people really use very well in video editing. Everybody uses animation, like you see fade in, you see fade out, you see videos jumping in, and this is just what makes it possible. Now let's say I want to start with a dark kind of background, fade in.
Been
I use fade in there, and I get to adjust it if I want it to be fast.
been struggling with your skill.
If I want it
All
to
the
be
business of skill.
if I want it to be fast, I bring it.
That is why I'm here.
But if I want it to be slow, I get to reduce it. We have different kinds of animation. Animation is divided into three, which is the fade in, that is the incoming animation. When you want to start a clip, like if you're watching a movie, you just see that the movie starts with a dark background but opens up to a place where people are showing. That is the fade in they use there. We have the zoom effect, we have the zoom out effect, we have the table zoom effect, and this is just what you get if you have a premium version of CapCut. But if you don't have a premium version, these things will be restricted from you. We have the fade out, that is at the end of the clip. This is what happens. It's either it fades out, it's either it slides up, it's either it slides down, it is either it turns to be a phone touch. That is that. But for this
Thank you.
combo is what happens between an in animation and an out animation. So if we get to use this combo, it is going to, once the clip starts, between that starting point and that ending point, that is where we have this effect.
Have you been
And it
struggling
will
with
keep
your skill
happening. So
or
if
the
you say
business of skill?
none, that means from
That
the
is why I'm here
beginning to
to
the
share my
end of our
experience with
video,
you on my
there
journey
will be
with
no
Skill
animation
Migrant
happening there.
Solutions. Skill Migrant
That is
Solutions.
for that. When we come to effects, this effect is what we're going to talk about when we start doing the talking head video. So we just get to go with the other ones. Now we have still on the edit, we have this delete button. This delete button is same thing as this one we have here. This one we have here, the delete button. Once you click your clip, it comes up and you get to delete. When you tap it, your video is gone. If you don't want anything from there, it is gone. And if you don't want, maybe you can just split. You tap the split and you delete what you want to delete. You don't want a part in a video, you move your playhead, you bring it to your playhead. When you bring it to your playhead, you tap your clip, you split, and you delete, and you move on with that. Now this one is enhanced voice. This enhanced voice is if you really want your voice to really appear good while working on a clip, then you have to use this enhanced voice. Some of the clips you might be listening to and you see a place where they made it in a noisy environment, you can just use this noise cleanup and your voice is good. It makes you to have a clean and a voice that is audible to your audience, that in that video the noises in the background are being taken away and you just have a good one and it's smooth. For instance, if I enhance my voice
On my
a little
journey
bit,
with Skill Migrant
it
Solutions.
is going to
Skill Migrant Solutions.
it is going to count for me until it is done. When it is done, it is going to give me a clean version
You on my journey
of my
with
voice.
Skill
Now you can see
Migrant
that once it
Solutions.
is enhanced, there's
Skill
a big
Migrant Solutions.
difference.
You on my
Let's say
journey with Skill
I
Migrant.
had to take it off.
Have you been struggling with your
You see that
skill
the
or the
voice
business of
enhancement
skill?
would help me have a
That is why
clean sound that my audience could listen to, and everything is good. Possibly we also get to work with this one still on the edit, and we have this eye contact. This eye contact, we're going to work with it when we get to talking head video or subsequent video. So we just go with that. This isolate voice is in a place where you don't want a voice to be playing. You want to remove a voice or you want to keep a voice. That is isolate voice. Anyone you want to use that. I don't want a voice to be playing in the background. Like this, for instance. Yeah, like this, for instance, as isolate voice, remove voice. The voice that is here attached to this clip will not be audible any longer because I have isolated the voice. But if I want it, I will just say, okay, you see, the voice is no longer playing. I would
have you
continue.
been
If I want to
struggling
keep
with your
it, I tap
skill
clip and
or the
and it stay.
business of skill?
Then the next thing we have there is camera tracking. Now this camera tracking helps you to follow an object. Maybe there is a moving object and you just want that object to be showing. Use camera tracking to work on that. We have the next one, which is the volume. The volume, use it to increase how loud or how low
Have you
the
been
volume of a
struggling
clip
with your
is. Then we have this one, transform. This transform is the one you can use to rotate your clip or mirror your clip or resize the clip. For instance, the rotate, you see, you can rotate your clip from here. If you want to mirror your clip, use the mirror button. It turns your face either from the right to the left or from the left to the right. If you want to resize, that is, you want to adjust, use this one, the resize button. And we have different aspect ratios to that. So we didn't talk about aspect ratio, but I'll come back to that aspect ratio. I'll just come back to that before we round up. And if we continue again, we have the expand AI. Now this one helps you to increase your background. Like you need your background to really be fine, or you want an elongated video, use the expand AI. Now remove AI. This helps you to remove a background from a clip, and it works well. Now this one, the one that is not active here, the AI replace, you can replace an object with AI and all that. Auto reframe, like we say, apply auto reframe. Doing so will remove crop applied to this video. Now this one is that this auto reframe, it changes how your video looks. Maybe if your video was smaller, was bigger, it shortens it to a smaller visual. And that is that for that one. We have this one, adjust. Now this adjust is where everything works. We'll have brightness, and this one will be one of those who talk mainly when we go into the major videos we are editing. We have filters. In our first class, I talked about filter, how we can use filter if you don't want to use color grids like the color match, color correction, brightness, contrast, saturation, brilliance. We don't want to use them. You can actually use a filter. We'll come back to these ones when we start working on videos actually. And we have here the things we still have in the adjust, which is the video quality, is still here. The filters is still here. This ring light, it is how your video appears, how you want it, the kind of look you want to give your video. It will really put that effect to your video. We have the facial, we have the ambient, we have the creative. Any of them you want to use. If you don't want any of them, you click on this circle that has a stroke, and that is you choosing none. It goes off. Now overlay, I'll come back to this overlay. Let's not just rush it. I'll come back to that overlay. We've talked about this ones. We have this basic. Now this basic works in a way that you can rotate your video, position where you want your video to appear. You can rotate your video, but this one you can still do it with the transformation tool, like the transformation tool I showed us here. Transform, you can still do it here, rotate and resize. But you can also find it here with this basic. It is very important we know this and understand it. We have this mask tool. This mask tool, we will be talking about it also when we start working on videos. Duplicate is to make a video appear 2 times. Like if I get to duplicate, I duplicated this video, so I have it 2 times here. That's for that. And this one, if you don't want it, you delete. You tap on the video and you delete. We can see that this is taking us much time than it is supposed to be, because CapCut is really vast, that even other video editing applications are not as vast as CapCut. Now we have here replace. This replace means if you want to take out a video, you just tap the one you can use to replace that, and it replaces it for you. That is how that replace button works. Now we have extract audio. Now this extract audio is a way if you want to, okay, for instance, I want to use an audio from a music, from a video, and I log that video. I'll just come to extract and tap on that. I'll just tap on that video. Let me put this one back. Undo. I'll come to edit. I'll go down to extract audio, and let's say I want to use, let's say I want to use this sound here. Let's say I want to use this. Let's say I want to use this sound here. What I will only do is I will extract the video to the audio. I will tap on the audio on the video and it takes me to edit. Once I tap, it takes me to the edit button, which is the first one. It takes me there, and I go down to extract audio, and I will extract the audio. I take out the audio from the video, and I can delete the video because I've forgotten what I really needed. So I'm not deleting the video, delete, and now I would hear the sound. Let me get it back, undo.
Moisturize.
Okay, so let's say I want to extract. I'll just extract from the video. I'll extract from the video. I would find my extract button. Where is my extract button? You don't want to extract again, no? Okay, here's my extract button. I have it here. So I've extracted the audio from the video. So what happens is I get to take out the video from here. I delete and I listen.
If having a moisturize.
So if I really wanted to use this audio like this, I'll just use the extract button from the edit, and that's fine. That's good. We've talked about this one. We've talked about replace. Talked about duplicate. So from the edit button, we have recover audio. Now, an audio that is lost, you can use the recover button to get it. That is that for that. This motion blur, we'll talk about it while going along. We just have to keep that. We also talk about this stabilize as we go on. Now, opacity is how dark you want to reduce. Maybe it's too bright, you reduce. If it's too dark, you increase the light. That is opacity. Now, reverse. If you want a video, maybe someone. Okay, let me find a clip I'll just use to do that. We'll be rounding up with this one. There's so much to talk about here. Let's use this clip. Let's use this. Which of this clip should I just get us to use it? That wouldn't take more of our time. Okay, let's try out this one. Now, if we get to tap on this and it takes us to the edit tools and we want to reverse. So if you notice the video, I'm walking to the front, but it's going to take me back. That's after everything. After it has finished, the video is so heavy, like it's a kind of long. It's a kind of long, and can we wait? It's not even that so long. Okay, let me split. Tap, you want to split, and you delete. Let's just use this one for what we want. I'm moving forward here. But we want to reverse it. We want the me moving to come back. Oh, it's taking time. Oh God. We can't wait for it to finish reversing. So you just tap it and it gets back and you're good. We're going to talk about this freeze. The next one we have here is freeze. We're going to talk about freeze. Now freeze, it's just like normal freeze. Okay, the way we get things hanged up. Let's say I want to freeze this clip. If I want to freeze it, you get to see.
If having a moisturized and healthy looking
now
moisturized and healthy.
When we freeze this one, when we freeze it, we see that it is no longer moving, it is stopped. So that is how the freeze button works. That is how the freeze button works. And the next one we have here is oh, come up here. The next one we have here is the audio effect. Audio effect. We have an audio here. We go to edit. Audio effects. Audio. Let me add no audio. Let me add. Okay, we have a clip here. Let's use this one for example. We have this one here. We have audio effect. It changes the voice of how whosoever is speaking.
Love your skin this Harmattan as the new Nivea 5-in-1 Complete Care provides 48-hour deep moisture, prevent dry skin and make your skin smooth.
We're still talking about this audio effect. It changes the voice. So that's what the audio effect does. And I'll just rush. We would have to conclude with this one to continue with the others tomorrow. That's why we are not rushing the class. Now we're going to talk about these beats. We have beats here. We have beats here. We're going to be talking about the beats. But as that is done, I think we're just going to wrap up here because I see that there are some certain things I need to explain, and explaining them, I would have to make use of a normal recording, normal screen recording app. So I'll use that in our next class to explain these things and point them out. So we just have to stop here with this first one, which is the edit. Now we're talking about the interface, the video editing interface, which is the timeline. I've not really gone deep into explaining these things, but in our next class, I know deeply that we're going to go through these things one after the other, and there will be no obstruction. Like I'll put it out to us that we get to understand very well. Everyone will get the understanding of what I'm talking about. So to this, I will just say we are rounding up the class for this evening, and it's a day for us. I don't know if anyone has gotten anything out of this or still wants to talk about anything about it. I see that we are going to do this better in time, and tomorrow we'll have to go deeper into this thing that we have to milk it out. Anything that's supposed to be done, anything that's supposed to be done, we'll do that in a way that everyone will get to understand, leaving nothing untouched. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying through this moment. And if you've got any question that you want to ask, feel free to ask your question, and we will be done for today. This is just the beginning of our class, and I promise we'll get the best from this, and nothing that will stop us from getting the best. We'll always get the best.